Hello, we are
Annie and Konstantin.
and you're watching another episode of
Updates.
This week I finally got all the signatures together and I am officially now writing my master's thesis. So I have time till the 9th of October to finish my master's thesis, or I will have to write another one. But yeah, my university days are now officially numbered.
Do you want to count them?
No.
That's a terrible idea.
Yes. Besides that, I've dipped into our favorite long-term on and off project, La Moucteur. Chances are that now that I have all the bits and pieces of this film, that it will actually really this time for sure be done by the next updates. This is actually a thing I am working on. And we've never been that close to finishing that thing, which is like true for every time I worked on that, because you don't work backwards on a film where you're far away from being done with it. Anyway, these are the things that happened.
In the wonderful world of my thesis, things are also moving along quite nicely. I have moved, well, everything into Trello.
What is Trello?
Trello is basically a little fraction of heaven. It's an interactive to-do list tool where you can break things down into bits and pieces and write notes and create checklists and, schedule yourself deadlines and color code things and work with other people and make other people responsible for tasks. But really it's just a giant, wonderful, interactive to-do list that you can sort your life in. And they are not paying us, but they absolutely should. Because I have been making a lot of people join Trello. And I will continue to do so, because it's excellent. Yes, and Trello is now officially hosting the organizational reality of my thesis, with all of the notes and all of the to-dos and all of the, research prompts and ideas and concepts and everything imaginable now sorted very nicely into a few different, boards and lists, and it's all visual and it's all right there on one screen, and I can breathe again and I can work like this, because you can just, tackle one thing after the other if you have a functional to-do list. And there's just few things more exciting than a good to-do list. Anyway, and I also have a new, it's not really an abstract, but a tiny summary of my thesis, a little, quarter of a page blurb that tells you exactly what I'm doing, not exactly, but roughly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and progress feels so good.
This week I've been thinking a lot about balance. It seems like there's these two diverging theories about living your life, if you will. On the one hand, the jack of all trades, master of none. Like, it's not good to do everything, and you have to specialize in some things. And on the other hand, this Buddhist, the golden middle of you have to find balance in everything. And somehow this is a thing that clashes again and again against each other, because it's, on the one hand, it's true, if you want to get something really thoroughly done, you have to focus on that one thing and put all your resources into that, because otherwise you spread yourself too thin. But focusing on one thing isn't good either for too long. Right now I'm in the process of finding my balance and finding the balance between being in balance and being focused on different things, so a meta balance, if you will. It's just a thing that I'm realizing more and more, that at times it is maybe actually better to willingly suspend the focus on one thing and do other things to make yourself clear, maybe to feel out what are the things that are important to me right now. Because the focus can shift, and sometimes maybe you don't even understand or feel it out if you're doing just one thing for too long of a time. So this change between focusing on one thing and just pulling it through and plowing it through and put everything you have into it, and then at the end of that saying, okay, now I want to focus on different things. Like not waiting till you can't do that one thing any longer because you're fed up with it, but maybe step back willingly. That's a theory that I'm currently putting into practice to see if it's applicable or not. I'll keep you in the loop.
So I have two things today that will not immediately seem like they go together, but they do, and it'll all make sense in the end. My big thing this week is change. And I'm not talking about the whole, change is the only constant, everything is always in flux sort of change. I'm talking about the scorched the earth, everything is different sort of change. The, big transformational moments in life that sometimes come very instantaneously and are very fast and, quick and rough and momentous. And sometimes they take a while, but are still, scorch the earth, total transformation sort of changes. And the reason I'm talking about this week is because it feels like everyone in my vicinity is currently right in that process. There's a lot of big transformative change going on, and it's terrifying. It's giving up an old reality. It's accepting an end to what was before and jumping off a ledge into actual freaking darkness and hoping you come out somewhere good, wherever it is that you land. And it's messy, and it's hard, and it's exhausting, and it's painful, and it's incredibly exciting because we get so stuck in our lives and in our realities. We get so stuck on a frame of mind, on a philosophy, on an idea of how the world works. And every now and again, we come across these moments, these times, when either the world just burns itself down and we find ourselves somewhere new, or we notice that our world needs burning down and we need a fresh start and have the unique experience of getting to, throw the match, figuratively. And that leads me to my second thing, which is pay attention to the people around you. Pay attention, especially to your friends. Because your reality is always yours. It's what you see, it's what you deal with, it's what's happening in front of you and what you're thinking about. It's your frame of mind. It's your little bubble. And it's so easy to get carried away by your little bubble because it's all you can see. It's, your absolute reality. And it's so incredibly, invaluably important to have help in that. And to have someone who stops by and checks in and sees how you are and if they can help you. And even more so, possibly, it's invaluable to stop by someone else's bubble and go, hi, what's going on here right now? Anyway, I can help you out. Because life is about connection. The friendships we don't usually tend to just by happenstance and because people are around, but because our soul needs this person, which means that we need to take care of that person's soul too. So, my lessons of this week are: change is terrifying, but freaking exciting. And transformation is a good thing. And watch out for the people in your life.
On our constant strive for interaction, what I would like to know is there a song that followed you last week or the last couple of weeks? I will share it with you and put it right on my face. This is the song that stuck with me the last weeks.
I suppose I'm gonna follow suit and also link the song that has been following me over the last weeks on my nose and hope it's not the same song.
Because art is so incredibly powerful, and art, which is as abstract as music, is so fucking fascinating. So please share music with us, because we love you and because we share our lives with you.